Dear students, today is our fourth lecture on digital electronics. In the previous lecture, we discussed about a problem on decimal to binary conversion. This is, you can say, an extended version of the previous one, but in this video, we will talk about negative decimal to binary conversion. So let me write this down first. Okay, so this is what we are trying to solve. Um, so this part is already known to us, but this term is an additional term to the previous problems. So what do you understand by negative decimal? So say for example, if you are given with a number such as -8 and you are being asked to convert this -8 to its corresponding binary. Okay, so this is what we call a negative decimal number. So now there is a problem. If we had +8, we could have easily converted this thing into a binary number without any problem. But what happens when we are given with this -8? So what are the steps involved? The first step is to think that there is no minus sign at all. So you have to assume that there is no minus sign at all. Just start working with 8. Okay. So if we try to convert this 8 to its corresponding binary, will you be able to do that? How can we do this? It can be done using the shortcut method. Also, the conventional method can also be done. It's up to you. So if we try to convert this 8 to its corresponding binary, we have to divide this 8 first with 2, right? So after division, we will get 4. And the remainder is how much? In this case, the remainder is 0. Then again, we will be having 2. Here we will have 2. And the remainder in this case is also 0, right? In the next step, if we divide this 2 with 2, we will get 1. Remainder in this case is 0, right? Again, if we try to divide this 1 with 2, how much we will get? We will get 0, and in this case the remainder is 1, right? Now to get the final answer to this one, we go from top to bottom in this direction, right? So the answer to this one is 1, 0, 0, 0, or 1000, you can say. But there is a thing you need to remember, that if we are solving a negative decimal number, if you are working with a negative decimal number, after converting the plus value to its corresponding binary value, we have to do some sort of zero padding. Are we familiar with that one? Not really, I guess. So as you can see, how many bits are there? In this case, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 bits, right? In this case, we have 4 bits available. So the next step is to make this 4 bits 8 bits. How we can do that? We do it by adding zeros on the left hand side of this value. That actually means 1, 0, 0, 0. This remains as it is, and we have to add 4 zeros on the left hand side of this one, like this. Now it becomes 8 bits, right? We have 8 bits here, isn't it? Understood. So we had 4 bits, now we have 8 bits. Our next task, or our next step, you can say, what is the next step? The next step is to do the ones complement. I haven't discussed the ones complement yet, but I will give you some brief idea about it, and I think this idea is more than enough for solving this problem for the time being. So So to do ones complement of this one can be done by reverting or by changing, or you can say by switching zeros to ones and ones to zeros. That actually means we have a 0 here, so that 0 should be converted to 1. This one, we have 0, this 0 has to be converted to 1, this 0 becomes 1 again, this 0 also becomes 1. Here we have 1, this 1 becomes 0, and 3 zeros, this will all become 1s. So this step, you can say this step is called ones complement. So this thing is also given in your reference book as well. If you want to know more about it, you can go through that. But for the time being, solving this problem, just knowing this part is more than enough, I guess. So once you have done the ones complement, the next task is to add a 1 to it. Add 1 to the ones complement. Adding a 1 to the ones complement is actually called 2's complement. This process of adding a 1 is also called 2's complement. Fine. Now, I guess you are familiar with binary number addition. If not, let me give you a quick recap of that one. So if we add up 1 and 1 in binary, we get 1 plus 1 becomes 10, right? You need to remember this one. What happens if we try to add 1 and 0? This becomes 1 only. I'm trying to give you a quick preview, or you can say I'm trying to review this steps so that you don't get confused while adding this thing up. So 1 plus 0 becomes 1, 0 plus 1 gives us 1. Fine, and 1, when we have 1 plus 1, that becomes 0, that becomes 10. Why is that? Because 1 plus 1 gives us a value of 10. You need to remember this one, okay? So these are the things you need to remember for a binary addition. These things were given in your 12th class, I guess. But if you don't remember, here is a quick review of that one. So don't panic. So here, after adding 1 and 1s, we will be getting 0. Why 0? Because 1 plus 1 gives us a value of 10. So we write down this 0, and this 1 is called the carry bit, right? This 1 is called the carry bit. So this carry bit, we don't have to write it here instantly. Instead of that one, this carry bit goes on top of the next value here. Fine. So now this carry is 1, and this one gives us a value of 0 again, right? And we have 1 carry once again that goes on top of this one. Fine. So 1 and 1 gives us 10 again, 0, and this carry bit of 10 goes on top of 0. 1 plus 0 gives us a value of 1. Fine. And then there is no carry bit at all. So this remains as it is, 1, 1, 1 and 1. So this is the final answer to our question. We started off with -8. We tried to discard the minus. We didn't took it while solving in the first place. We thought that it's only 8, not -8. So we converted this 8 to its corresponding binary value of 4 bits. Then we converted that 4 bits into 8 bits by adding zeros. Then we did the ones complement, and after adding 1 to it, that actually means that after doing the 2's complement, we got the final answer. And the answer that we got finally is the corresponding value of -8. So after doing the 2's complement, we will get the negative decimals corresponding binary value. So as you can see, we have a we have a 1 at the very initial position, or at the very, we can say the leftmost position. We have a 1 here. That actually means it's a negative number. So this 1 indicates negative sign, and we can say it's a negative number. So in this manner also we can verify that the procedure that we have done is correct, because we are getting a negative sign on the leftmost position of our answer. So this is the final answer to this question, this one. I hope you have understood this one. I will try to post similar kind of problem in the description box. You try to do it on your own, and if something is not understood, feel free to let me know. We will meet again in the next video. Thank you.